So, hello everybody. I'm Mando, Surita. I'm the communications manager for Auburn Symphony, and we have our guest artist for our concert this Sunday, October 12th, at 2:30, the Auburn Performing Arts Center. This is JIJI.
Hello, everyone.
Can you tell everybody just a little bit about yourself?
Okay, I am a South Korean guitarist. I'm living in Bloomington, Indiana. I live with two beautiful cats and my husband, and I play both classical and electric guitar.
Nice. And you premiere a lot of pieces. Like you premiered, it was Aluminum Leaves?
Aluminum Flowers.
Aluminum Flowers.
By Stephen Mackey. Yes, I work with a lot of composers. My husband is also a composer. I might have a type or something. I actually really like working with composers. So I worked and premiered, I think, over 50 works, like solo and chamber, all kinds of music. I really just think it's just like a wonderful thing. So I do a lot of projects with living composers.
What's the best part about working with a living composer and helping them compose and commission a piece?
I think one of the things that's really good is because I feel like as a soloist, it's so lonely to just be like practicing alone and all these things. And working with living composers is so nice. We can communicate. We can be like, just working things out and going with the score. And another cool thing is I get to work with something that hasn't been heard or played before. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a really wonderful things to just make sense of it all.
Yeah, and you get none of the judgment because people aren't like, well, I love this version of the Rodrigo because we've all heard the Rodrigo and it's such a beautiful piece that you get to make it your own.
Yeah.
And not have anybody criticize you for it.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's really fun. I really like it.
I have the question because I've never been a concerto soloist. What's it like? Because I've always just been an orchestral player. What's it like getting to step on stage and be the spotlight?
I think it's really fun, and also you get this rush of energy when you're on stage with that many people, and it's yes, you're a soloist, but it's such a different feeling from just playing a solo recital, right? Solo recital is okay, here you go, it's just you, but the breathing of all these people on stage and all the energy that you get with working with the composers is such an exhilarating feeling. And I feel like it's just kind of oh, we're one team, and it's a cool energy thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of energy to be on stage with that many people making sounds and time and in tune with each other.
And it's so cool. Sometimes surprising things happen, whether it's a mistake or whatever. It's just it's so in the moment that it's just really cool. It feels like you're alive. Woo!
What has been your favorite mistake that you've done?
I feel some of kind of there's all these quirky things that you have duo in the first movement, and sometimes it's just orchestra, tutti tutti, and then you have this really beautiful moments with the winds, and you're listening, and you're oh, we're trying to find a way to be together. And it's kind of this really goofy moments that we have together. There was this moment I remember, I actually really like that.
Yeah. I love the Rodrigo a lot. What we talked about last night that's one of you love playing the Rodrigo.
Yeah.
What is it about the piece that draws you to it?
Yeah, I think it's because all movements are very different personalities and characters. Mm-hmm. First one is so goofy and beautiful and also elegant at the same time. And it's just it just goes and it goes and it's lyrical and it's all very virtuosic and lots of scale. So you're just woo, up and down, up and down, up and down, nonstop. And you have these kind of, it feels there's these Rodrigo put these little birds throughout the piece, and it's so fun. And then the second movement is so dark and sad and very emotional, and the same melody comes back in different tunings and keys, but it comes back and back and again. It feels like you're building this kind of sorrow and intensity throughout the piece, and I love that. And it's a really, really just kind of a standalone. I mean, that's why Chick Corea, Miles Davis, and there's so many renditions of the second movement. It's just a wonderful piece. And the third movement is a really kind of this, and like I don't know how to explain it. It's like this weird dance. It's like a Baroque dance, and you just have to. And then the thing is, it doesn't stop, and it just goes, and it goes, and it goes, and it goes, and it feels like you're kind of on this train that won't stop dancing. So that's why I feel like it's just so fun playing this piece.
Yeah, I like that piece a lot. The third movement always makes me remember the fourth movement of the Mendelssohn Symphony Number 4, which we're playing later in that concert. They kind of seem similar. They have a similar vibe, a little bit of a similar time period, but a similar vibe too. So you know the history of like the second movement.
Right.
Which version do you believe?
Well, I do believe. Do you mean like when he lost his child?
Yeah. There's like that he like himself.
Yeah.
Kept going. That it was that he very much like the lore of things happening with his pieces.
Yeah.
Which do you believe? Because it's been kind of misproven that it was about that.
And then, I mean, for me, whatever it is, I think it is really deeply sorrowful and very sad. And like actually, when I played this piece, I kind of put my own rendition of like, Koreans talk about this thing called han. So this han of the sorrow like we have, and I actually try to interpret that kind of. I think it's a universal feeling, right? I mean, sometimes like I'm gonna kind of go off of a little bit, when we say like, oh, music is so universal. I really think what people mean by that's like the emotion that we feel through music is universal. So whatever rendition that, all these rumors or whether it was true or not, I mean, whatever it was, it is very sorrowful and it is very, very, very intense. So I try to use that kind of feeling in the second movement.
Yeah, I love the second movement, how it starts. Because usually he starts like all the movements with guitar. Yeah. But that's the one that starts with English horn.
Yeah.
So it's very different. He talks about how that melody came to him just all at once, and he heard it, which sounds so magical to hear that he just heard that melody in his head, wrote it down, and was like,
yeah. And so many variations of it. He's like, I'm gonna do this little, but it's that same thing. It's just a seconds, da da da.
It's a beautiful piece. And what you said about the third movement is just right. Like you just almost want to get up and dance because it's very Baroque.
It's so fun.
It's really fun. The guitar has a lot of play back and forth with the orchestra.
Yeah. It's just fun. It's jolly. I think that's what it is. It's very jolly.
I think the way he orchestrates is really fun too.
Yeah.
How he really, even though he wasn't a guitar player.
No.
Like it's crazy that he wasn't a guitar player and still wrote one of the most famous guitar concertos.
I know. A lot of guitar pieces too. I mean, he worked with Segovia and Yepes, all these great Spanish guitarists. I think that was also one of the reasons.
He was really fun because he was basically destitute when he came back to Spain after being in Paris, and when he pretty much had a suitcase and that score. Yeah. With his wife.
Yeah.
She was so sweet.
She's amazing.
Such a sweet woman.
Amazing woman. Just like transcribe everything on the piano. And it's like, this is what I want. It's like, this? And she just wrote it down, folks. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, that he wrote everything in Braille. For people that don't know, like Rodrigo lost his sight when he was very young from diphtheria. And his wife pretty much gave up her whole career to be basically his assistant, and he wrote everything in Braille, and then she transcribed it.
Yeah.
And
it's amazing.
That's some major support from a spouse that they believe in you that much. And like they went through like some very destitute times, and like there was some like the Spanish Wars and all that happening. And so like it's interesting to see how much they flourished because they had each other. Yeah. That he's a really beautiful. I like every time I have to hear this piece or like perform it. Yeah. It's just, it feels like it's new every time. Yeah. Like I've heard it from a lot of guitarists, and like everyone brings their own flavor to it. So I can't wait to hear you perform it.
Thank you so much.
What's like your favorite, if you didn't play guitar, what instrument would you play?
Oh my God, that's such a great question. You know what? Because like guitars is not a sustained instrument, like you can't sustain it unless you have an ebow. I would love to play like a stringed instrument. And actually, the thing that I always wanted to play was the viola da gamba. I mean, I love Marai, and I love all the Mornings of the World movie, and I love Jordi Savall and all that, just like, give me some viola da gamba. And I love the weird heads on the little cherubs or these like saints on there. These viola da gamba heads. I'm like obsessed. I think they're so cute.
Yeah, I think I would play, as a flute player, I would play viola.
Yeah.
Which is strange because like I would be so used to like playing melody that seems
Right.
like I would pick like another melodic instrument. But no, I would love to play viola.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to dedicate the time to learn
Yeah,
another
no.
instrument at this point in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's fun.
If you weren't a musician, what would you do?
Okay. I always have these like kind of hypothetical conversations with my husband. This is what I do. I drive him crazy. It's like, if I wasn't warm, would you still love me? Okay, along those lines, if I didn't do music, what would I do? I always have this dream. I still think I will do it later in my life. I would love to kind of start my own artist commune. Like, I want to buy some land and like build some really cute recording studio. And just like have artists come and just I want to feed them. I want to have like a farm, little chickens and little goats and like make bread all the time and make them food and like help artists like really work on their projects and things like that. I think that's like something I would love to do in my later in life.
Yeah.
That's my dream.
So you must cook.
Yes.
So what's your favorite dish to cook?
I love anything Korean. I also love making Japanese food.
Mm-hmm.
I also just really like trying new things. I was like making some Mediterranean food, but then I made this dessert I've never made. It's called kaparka. It's this Polish cake. It's so beautiful, and it's like this really fluffy choux pastry with all this like kind of like this cream and things, and then it looks like mountains because they all like boil over, and then you put powdered sugar on top of it. It's so delicious.
That sounds really good.
It's so good. So I just really like trying new things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes I like to follow like my top 5 things that I like to make, but I really like trying new recipes and things like that.
Nice. So you seem like you're a big caregiver. Like you have a lot of energy of like that you love people.
Yes.
So and then you're a teacher as well.
Yeah.
So you teach at the Jacob School of Music.
Yeah.
What has been like an inspiring or memorable moment from teaching?
Oh, this is really great. I have so many great stories for my students. I mean, my student, she's from Puerto Rico. She's one of the most delightful. She's so Gen Z. I love it. She goes into my lesson just is like, "Hey, girl, hey." With her iced coffee, clink, clink.
Oh my gosh.
She's so great. No, I really love it. And she's just like, "Oh, I went to Honduras and I did this concert and I taught a bunch of like these kids and I channeled your energy and it was really fun. And I love working with students." And she was like, "I played this piece." And she played some of the pieces that, I introduced her, and she was like, "I love it," and all these things. And, another student of mine, I still remember this. This is so funny. She was playing Bach and she just like stops and she's like, "Is it okay for the next lesson if I just like show you what I really do?" And I was like, "What is it that you really do?" And it's like, "I have a singer-songwriting duo with my boyfriend." And I was like, "Okay." And she came to my lesson with her boyfriend.
Oh, really?
And she sang. And I kid you not, I had these tears out of my eyes, just like weeping. It was so beautiful. Like she had the most beautiful voice ever, and like her songwriting was so great. And she's like, "Yeah, classical guitar is cool, but I really want to do this." And I was like, "Do that, don't stop." And I remember just like supporting her just like throughout the year. I mean, I wasn't really supposed to, but I mean, it's one-on-one lessons, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was helping her, with the guitar and everything, but And now she lives in Nashville and she goes on tours. And I just heard from her and like she's just playing everywhere. And that makes me so happy. It's like, what if I just made her like, well, no, you're going to play Bach. And no, and then I always think about that moment. And I was just like, oh, I think my time here on earth is like to support young artists find themselves.
Yeah, and I feel like that's something that is a sign of a really good teacher when like they know that in that moment that like maybe this isn't exactly what they should be doing, but I mean to help them like go in that direction that they should be going. Because that's powerful if like you can make somebody cry.
Yeah.
That's powerful. That means like you're on that path that you found your path, which is so rare to find.
I know. I always like it's so hard for me to like listen to her music because I just want to like cry and like so good. Just like in the car. I mean, she just sent her album. And I was just like, Remy, I just need a moment. Check her music out. Remy Good. That's her name.
Remy Good.
Yeah. Goode. Remy. So
I will have to look her up now.
God,
that sounds so cool.
Yeah.
And there's such a large amount of music now that's coming out from like
I know
such great people and like
it's so great. It's so exciting.
I know. It's really good that everybody's still continuing doing music and that there's just all this music being made of some stuff that I hate, but I still enjoy it because, like, that's somebody's passion. And I think that's what's the best part about music.
Yeah, music is music. Who cares?
Yeah. Like, there's things I don't enjoy, but I still appreciate it because I'm like, this is obviously you. I'm listening to part of you.
Oh, my God. I'm going to go off topic. Sorry. Last year, my Puerto Rican student introduced me to Bad Bunny. And I was like, I'm going to listen to Bad Bunny. And then I was like, I don't speak a word of Spanish. And I was just like, but this slaps. I was like, this is great. I don't know what's happening. And I translate some of the lyrics. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah. That's like opera, too. Like, opera's like that. I love opera. I barely
like,
understand what's going on, but I love it. And it's always extra. I love that stuff. Like
so great.
I love that about music and lyrics is that still it's like cussing.
Yeah.
You can totally tell somebody's cussing at you no matter what language they're like cussing at you.
You're like, whoa.
Yeah. But emotion just comes across in music in some way that it's one of those art forms that like conveys music so well.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I've always been curious. As a wind player myself, I have this like connection with my instrument in that way of like that part of me goes into my instrument. How do you feel like that? How do you feel connected to your instrument because you don't have the wind part of it? And what connects you to the guitar?
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a really good question. I think because hands, right? Just the feeling, the holding of the neck of the guitar. It just always feels so natural to me. I mean, whether it's like a lute or anything, like that motion of like just like having an instrument on your lap and you just like, I mean, I could just already do an air guitar right now. It's like that just feels so connected with me. And, I've been playing since I was 8 years old. So it just feels like so natural. I can just be lying down or just sit on the couch or like, you just like I can just noodle all day and not even practice. I'll be like, this is cool. This riff is really fun.
When I first found out that you were going to be our guest artist, I looked you up on social media and everything, and I saw like your meditation classes that you've done.
Yeah.
I've listened to those for hours.
Okay.
I've just listened and just had them on repeat, just listening, because that is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, I just loved it.
Oh.
How did you get into that?
Okay, so Pauline Oliveros was my biggest kind of inspiration, I guess like my college years or something. Pauline Oliveros started this thing called deep listening, tuning meditation. If anyone is interested, I have the whole PDF. So all these are prompts. So it's just like teaches you how to listen and how to kind of also speak with your instrument or with your voice, whatever sound you can make. So one of the things that I really love is this thing called tuning meditation. It's like step one, think of a pitch that you have in your mind. And this is like, you do it with a group of people. Like you can do it with 5 or 30 or 40. More even is really powerful. I did this in several places, and it's like so intense. You listen to it. And what you do is like, second, after you listen to that pitch, you can match or harmonize the pitch that you hear. And, but you have to sing in one breath, like one vowel. You can't be like moving around, just one pitch and one breath. And third, you can listen and just observe and repeat all these steps in any order. So I think that's how I really got into these like meditation kind of, music, things like that. That's, I always teach this class, beginning of the year called performance media. But that's what we start with. It's like, we're so like wrapped in our mind with our problems, what we need to fix or what's wrong with us. We focus on what I need to be better. I need to be doing this, or I need to make this someone happy, or I don't know, like all these things like eating and blah, 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 and exercise and sleep. And then it's like, shh. For you to be a better member of the society, you need to just calm down and listen. Mm-hmm. So,
is that kind of what you do to prepare yourself to go on stage?
Yes, that's a really good segue. I love my little rituals before performances.
What is your ritual before going on stage?
So it would be great. I would be more graceful if I told you if it was the Pauline Oliveira's meditation. It's not. I love this movie called Anchorman. Mm-hmm. So there's this scene. It's so silly. I don't know why I just kind of connected with it, but Veronica Corningstone is about to go live for the first time as an anchor woman, right? Because Ron Burgundy is like, I don't know. He's like in a glass box of emotions with his dog. I don't know. Like he was just like out on the street, and like the news has to go on, and she's just like getting ready. This is her shot. This is everything she ever wanted. So she repeats these words, and like everyone in the newsroom was like trying to distract her or anything. But so she's like doing these mantras before she goes live. She goes, power, power, power. And she just repeats it. And then I was like, I'm going to do that.
Wow.
So I always channel Veronica Corningstone before I go on stage.
That's interesting. I listen to Adele laughing.
Oh.
Have you heard Adele laugh?
Is there like a specific clip?
No,
that's
it's like any clip of her laughing. Like there's usually like a collection of like Adele laughs on YouTube.
Oh my God.
And like her laugh, have you heard it?
No.
She's like, ha 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 ha. Like she sounds like the stereotypical witch. Anytime I get upset or I'm nervous, I listen to Adele laugh, and then I laugh, and I'm calmer.
Oh, no, exactly.
I don't know why, but I just listen to Adele laugh.
Serotonin, endorphins, all these good things. It's like, yeah, I think that was one of the things like I really became honed into my ritual is that there was a TED Talk, if you're really interested. It's not, the TED Talk is like, fake it till you make it, but it's kind of interesting. She talks about how this whole notion of like practice makes it better 100% is not actually true. Like what you do during the pressure and stressful time, how you manage the cortisol levels, and like how certain like positive kind of like stance or kind of mantras, it will help clear out your brain, and it's really good. So like breathing exercises or words, and you got to find out. And I used to make my students do the Superman pose.
Oh, really?
And then smile like for 10 minutes before they perform. And all of them, even though they were giggling and they thought it was so silly, they was like, I actually felt great. It's like, yeah, nobody wants you to come on stage all slumped over and like, I want to go home. I don't want to be here. It's not going to work.
Yeah. When I was in undergrad, we had a class where he would distract us. Like he would like
honk.
Yeah. Like he would do weird things. You would play, and then anybody in the room could do anything. Like that way, it was a free for all. You could do whatever you wanted.
Oh my God.
My friend loved slamming the door. She would go in and slam the door and come back in and slam the door.
No way.
Because that happens, you know, it
does happen.
That's happened in concerts and it's weird and you're like, oh, okay. But like, yeah, she would slam the door. He liked coming up behind you and blowing in your ear. Like he would come up just behind you and you'd be like, he left. And like, I'd be sitting there going like, I'm playing. But then in the mind, I'm like, where'd he go? I don't see him. Where'd he go? And all of a sudden you hear,
oh my God. Oh my God. That actually really funny. I remember giving this performance and this guy's phones just started ringing and like subconsciously I started just playing with it. Because I was almost at the end and it was like and I was like, don't do it.